The 10-minute drill.
This is a big one.
Covered by Universal Roof and Contracting. The difference is universal.
On 1010XL.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Hit it.
All right, rating.
Yeah.
I'm going to ride a wave of Hannah time this morning in the 10-minute drill. This should be a good one.
Good. I expect you to continue to dominate the program.
An air of professionalism there that I strive for as I gaze admirably in her direction.
Yes.
Watching on monitor 1 and 2. Getting double-handed this morning. I mean, what a jolt of sunshine this has turned out to be.
Excellent. Excellent. Sports concepts and rationalizations coming your way. We call it the 10-minute drill. At the end of the drill, we have a nice little prize pack for you that doesn't include Jaguar tickets this week, does it?
It does not. We're not sending anyone to Houston.
All right.
We will hook them up with a free floral arrangement from our friends at Kuhn Flowers and
Excellent.
a $50 gift card, that's 50, from Publix.
Oh, wow. That's not bad at all. I'll take that any day.
All right, let's start with the Monday Night Football doubleheader last night. Again, I will reiterate, like we do every year at this time, love the doubleheader, especially because the early game starts at 7.
Everybody in the East wants that 7 o'clock start.
Why can't we get a double? You think the NFL will go to a Monday night doubleheader at some point? Why not?
No, because, well, I'll tell you why. There's not always West Coast games. At some point, CBS and Fox pay too much money. They need good games on their, so if ESPN wants to belly up even more, they can. But I don't think there's anything like that in the offing. Quite honestly, I mean, I would be surprised.
I don't think
you have Sunday night, you have Thursday night.
I know.
There's not that much of a benefit for the NFL to do a late game on Monday night. You already have one game.
And in fairness, you probably wouldn't be all that hyped up for that second one by week 7. It's just now at the beginning of the year you can't.
It's great.
You can't get enough football.
They're
I mean, who am I
smart to do it
kidding?
now.
I can't watch the late game anyway. I just like the 7 o'clock start.
Yes.
I was able to watch last night and almost to the very end and get up and finish it in a heartbeat. So
yeah.
But I tell you what, all you had to do last night though in that first game was tape the final minute. I'm going to tell you, Dan. I really like Deshaun Watson, man.
Yeah, he threw it well.
I mean, Deshaun Watson, it looks like he's going to win a Super Bowl. And I'm not saying this year. Maybe Brady and or Belichick have to go bye-bye before you can count on that. But they put together, who else ran hard? This guy runs good everywhere but here, that Carlos Hyde.
That's not true. He didn't run good in Kansas City.
Well, that's just one preseason.
He didn't run good in Cleveland.
He was pretty good in Cleveland.
And he didn't run good
Had
here.
10 for 83 last night.
Yeah, he did. He looked different.
Yeah.
He looked different. I'd like to see the Jaguars knock his butt out on Sunday.
The Carlos Hyde guy.
I don't like Carlos Hyde. I don't like when guys come here and they don't, or whoever.
And Jake it.
Yeah, you got to be a pro, man. You got to work. I mean, some things happened or it wasn't, shut up.
Yeah.
You're a good football player. Wherever you go,
you demand playing time. You command it, rather. You don't have to beg for it. You don't have to
I'm not
going to
get into Carlos Hyde's going to be. We'll see.
Well,
but anyway. Watson though is 2 plays, 75 yards at the end, and then the master Drew Brees and Peyton. I'll give him credit, man. They were getting hammered at the very end of the game. They had one timeout left, and he hit a pass to about midfield. And Peyton's like, spike it, and the clock is ticking down, and everybody's like, well, what are you doing? Well, here's what he was doing. He goes up and spikes it with 6 seconds left, I believe. And then Breeze throws about a 9-yard route, and they use the timeout with the ball. It opened up more. You would, if you had used the timeout, you would have had to use
get out of bounds.
Yeah, it was too risky. So
what a pressure kick, though.
Great kick. Will Lutz, is that his name? Will. 58-yard field goal to win it. So that was great. And then it was nice to see Oakland win it. Derek Carr started out like a house of fire. He was like 15-16, had a great night.
That rookie running back from Bama was good for them.
Josh Jacobs, the tight end who we saw in Hard Knocks, had 7 catches. And Williams is the number 1 receiver now, the kid from San Diego.
Williams, he came from the San Diego Chargers of Los Angeles.
And I tell you what.
See what he did there. He went to San Diego.
I tell you what.
I like finally embracing the reality.
Maybe Trenton Brown is a good football player.
Yeah.
Because the Raiders, normally what happens is when you take New England's guys, they disappear.
Yeah, disappoint at least.
Or disappoint, and that didn't happen. So overall, a good win. Lots of things happening in baseball.
But, one thing
yesterday.
One more addendum to the Monday night.
Mm-hmm.
I think lots of things change in sports over time. Nothing to me has changed as much, or you could argue nothing has changed as much than the ease of kicking long field goals.
Yeah, those
when
guys
we were
so
kids,
good.
dude, if you brought your kicker in to try a 45-yarder, it was a 1-3 proposition. Man. You were nervous as heck.
45-yarder.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
And now I feel, that 58-yarder, you feel like it's 50-50 at worst.
Especially indoors.
Yeah, they used to never kick 58-yard field goals back in the. I mean, I say never, hardly ever. I mean, you kicked a 50-yard field goal, buddy, and it was, headline news. So a 58-yarder as time expires, ho hum. It's almost like somewhat expected. Okay, now to your baseball.
No, I was just saying there's a lot of things happening in the world of baseball as we come down the home stretch, and the playoffs are starting to become clearer. Boston canned their GM over the weekend, who just took them to a championship. So that's a little odd. But
did you see they also said, we're not going to talk about it?
Yeah.
It seems like something happened in there.
That's what Boston does, though. If you go back and look, now they've won 4 championships, right? Since they had never won any for so long.
86
Correct.
years, yeah.
They've won 4 in how many years? 15
Since
years?
Since 04.
Yeah.
Yeah, they won 4, 7, 13 in last year.
And if you go look, Theo got, I think, 2 of them. And then they kind of got on him, and he started smoking cigarettes and left.
Right. Then they brought in the kid.
Was that the timeline exactly?
And they brought in
the kid, Charrington.
Yeah, Charrington.
He was, I believe, 11 when they hired him.
He got his one, and then he started having traumatic nightmares, and he left.
Yeah.
And then they brought in the grizzled veteran Dombrowski, and
who had been there before, hadn't he?
He's been everywhere. He spent a ton of money, and he's got a brother too, so it really gets confusing.
I think he's been there.
I don't think you could rattle off the Dombrowskis.
I think that you're talking about his brother Chet Dombrowski.
No, I don't know. I don't know the Chet Dombrowski. I don't know who you're talking about.
Does he not have a brother?
I know the big.
Is there only one Dombrowski?
I think there is. Yeah.
Am I wrong?
What about Dan Dombrowski?
I don't think it's Doug. What is it? Doug Dombrowski? What's his name?
Dave.
Dave Dombrowski. I think there's only one. Yeah. I think he's been a GM. I think of the Red Sox before, maybe like in the '90s or something. No,
you think so?
I don't know.
Dave Dombrowski's been with the White Sox, the Expos, the Marlins, the Tigers, and the Red Sox.
So knew him with the Marlins. I'm not aware that he has a brother of any significance. Yeah, you're just making stuff up here as we go.
He's married to Mary Ann Dombrowski.
Well, that's good. I mean,
who worked as an ESPN reporter one time, Mary Ross on ESPN.
Yeah, sure. Remember her well. Not at all.
Yeah, no.
So. No, that's Hannah time. That's reserved only for Hannah time. Mary Ross does not get Dreamweaver.
But anyway, so that was one thing, and he gets fired. So the Red Sox, they don't like losing to the Yankees. So
the Red Sox will do that. Remember they bottomed out the year before they won the World. No one can go up and down that elevator further and faster than the Red Sox.
Yeah,
and they'll win 80 games. And
I read a little bit about them. They're we don't follow them that much, but their minor league system is bereft of talent.
Good.
So they don't have a lot there. But they spend money like crazy. But they owe Sale and they owe Price and they owe those guys all a lot of money. So anyway, they'll spend money and they'll be fine. But that's what happened in the American League. And then one good baseball team is not going to make the playoffs in the AL as the Rays, A's, and Indians all battle for 2 wild card spots. And then the other one's going to be out after one game.
I think the Indians are the ones that are kind of tail spinning a little bit.
No, they fixed it. They're like a half game out. But they have a tough schedule. I think the Indians will end up ultimately not making it.
Yeah.
I think they have the tougher schedule, but we shall see.
A couple of notable home runs last night. Obviously, Peter Alonso, your boy from the University of Florida, hit 2. So
are the Mets going to have the MVP and the Cy Young Award winner in an 80-win season? Is that what I got? Is that what I'm going to have here?
No, you'll have neither of those. But
neither?
Nonetheless, it was a nice mark for him.
Who's winning the Cy Young and the MVP?
Okay, stand by. Let's take a
just
look.
Asking.
Well, no Mets are going to win either one.
All right.
But
all right.
Do they have an award for the best free agent pickup of the year? Is there such an award?
They should.
Because that should be that winner.
They could name it the Andy Messersmith Award.
That should be Josh Donaldson. That's who that should be.
Josh Donaldson's had a very good year.
Oh my God, is he so smoking hot? He homered again last night.
How many does he have?
Bring her around. He's got like 30, probably 7 now. The Braves have Freeman with 38, and I believe Donaldson and Acuna both with 37. Your MVP, that's a good question, dude. Maybe Rendon, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who's going to win it.
Is it going to be Yelich?
I think it's going to be very split.
Is Yelich going to? I don't think Yelich.
No one's walking away with it.
Yeah, Bellinger's. By the way, I was looking at stats last night because Alonso hit 2 more, and he's got all kinds of, like Alonso has MVP-like stats. Like if I was going to present for Peter Alonso, I could make a pretty good case because it's extra base hits. He has as many as anybody in baseball. Obviously, no rookie's ever led majors in home runs. I could come, he has more go-ahead RBI than anybody. Like that's what makes you valuable, right? When you do those.
They're not
things.
winning quite enough,
huh?
They're not winning quite enough for him to, because there are guys on other teams that are doing similar things as well.
If he had been in the National League longer, it would definitely be Nicholas Castellanos, but he hasn't been here long enough.
He's been unbelievable.
Yeah, he's been good for you.
And every time I look up, no, he wanted.
He never stopped hitting.
Yeah, he always wanted him.
Oh, the Braves almost got him in the offseason.
The young son Brooks has said, "You're out of your mind." Josh Donaldson, no, it's J.D. Davis. Attaboy. I like that loyalty.
Josh Donaldson, what? What does that mean?
Is not the best signing. It's J.D. Davis.
Boy King has got. You need to teach that kid.
I regret following that kid on Twitter.
Can you
but
teach
he's way
that
off
kid a little bit?
I don't want to tell him.
Doing?
But he should know better that the Mets traded for J.D. Davis, so that would have eliminated anyway.
Even still, there's.
J.D. Davis. Had a heck of a year.
The Boy King's listening right now.
I suppose.
I'm very disappointed. I had a higher opinion of the knowledge that the boy. I mean, you have to almost be embarrassed by that take.
Another
that's a bad
Boy
take.
King fact error.
That is a bad take.
That was a bad take.
Oof. All right, that's going to do it for the 10-minute drill.
Oh, you didn't give me the Cy Young Award winner.
For who? The National League. Strasburg, maybe.
Might be Strasburg.
Kyle Hendricks.
Max Fried gets number 17 tonight, a late charge.
They don't care about the wins anymore.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
I
told you, I do, but they don't.
I think my guy Soroka leads the ERA, but he doesn't have enough wins.
Jin Ryu still leads it.
Oh, he went ahead.
Scherzer's second, Soroka's third, DeGrom's fourth. I'm just gonna tell you this to soften the blow, but don't be surprised if Jacob DeGrom goes back to back. I'm just telling you.
How many wins does he have?
He's got 9.
Yeah, he's not going back to back.
He won last year with 10, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, he won last year. Yeah, but he won last year with an ERA of like 1.3.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not this year. You got to have more success teams.
I agree.
So I would if you have. You can't go Rendon and Scherzer. I mean, and Strasburg on a second-place team.
I am filling out a job application when we come back. I'm excited about it, and I'll need your help. So let's do caller number 3.
Wow. This is good.
Yeah.
Consulted.
Caller number 3 right now if you want the Kuhn flowers and the Publix $50 off gift certificate. Is that right, Beef?
Publix $50 gift
card.
Call
now if you want it all.
Yeah!